We now open the orders.php file, which you'll find inside of the pages folder. The only thing which we need to change here is the link to the invoice file. Rather than having this raw ID, it's going to be raw token. Now, if we now save and close the file, and if we now open the invoice.php file, which you'll find as well inside of the pages folder, first thing we're going to amend here is rather than ID, we're going to be looking for the token and get token from the URL. Then we check if token isn't empty. We get the order, but we're going to get it by token, and we're going to pass this token as the parameter. So we have the order, we check if order isn't empty, and if obviously the logged in client equals the order owner, which is the client obviously assigned to the order. Then we get the items, but we're gonna get the items in a slightly different way. We're going to use order and now ID index of this order. We don't need the catalog here. We don't need this user either, because that's not something that we're going to be displaying on this page. We also don't need the country anymore, because all these informations are now included with the order. We do need business, so we keep the business here, and then we don't need the basket either. So now that's how we basically cut down the lines of code in the invoice file. Now proceeding further down to the invoice section inside of the wrapper, we, rather than having two, we're going to have billing address first, and rather than using user, we have order, and order will automatically concatenate the full name, so we can remove this first name and last name separately. Full name, it's all concatenated within the SQL statement, as you may remember. Then we have the address, again order, we're not going to be using any user here, so we have address, which is also concatenated depending on whether there is a second line of the address or not. Then we go, so we can remove this line as well. Town is, we're going to put on the same line, so comma town, and then we have county and the postcode we're also going to put on the same line. Obviously, rather than user, again order, because it's all within the order record. And then country name, we don't need this at all because we don't use the country anymore. Object here, it's again within the table straight away, ready to be displayed, so country name. So that's our billing address. Now if I copy the entire paragraph, I'm just going to put it a little bit different, in a little bit different way, like this, so it's a bit clearer to read. Then rather than billing address, we're going to have delivery address and order full name. This time we're going to use ship address, and I'm just using this, going to use the ship to precede all of these indexes, basically for the shipping section. So that's our billing and delivery address. If we now scroll down a little bit, and for the business section, we're going to simply use the PHP tag after the website echo, and we check order VAT rate is more than 0 and isn't empty order VAT underscore number. Then what we do, we create a new line first, and then VAT number space, and then concatenate with order VAT underscore number. Otherwise, so colon, we display nothing here after the website. So that's basically how we deal with the VAT number being displayed on the invoice. If it's there, then obviously we're going to use it, and we put it there because we copied this from the business object when the order has been placed.